Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Here on YouTube, you'll often hear content creators talking about skincare in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. It's almost as though the second you hit a new decade, you have to overhaul your entire skincare routine and start afresh. This absolutely isn't the case. Our skin does change over time, and so should our skincare routine. I like to see it as like a journey rather than a destination. But rather than changing everything on like your 40th birthday, you should actually be tweaking things along the way to make sure that you're getting maximum anti-aging benefit no matter what age you happen to be. I'm fast approaching 40, and in preparation for that, I am changing a few things in my skincare routine to just make sure I'm getting maximum benefit. I want to share with you 5 things that I've evolved over the last couple of years to boost the anti-aging prowess of my skincare routine without actually having to cost a whole lot of additional coin. Sit back, relax, let's talk maximizing anti-aging skincare. Now, before we get into this video, actually a bit of a disclaimer to say that the tips I'm going to be sharing with you today are really applicable no matter what age you happen to be. You can definitely incorporate any one of these and increase the value you're going to see when it comes to preventing premature aging or dealing with any aging that might have been accumulated in the skin. I definitely see aging as a privilege, and whilst some people take issue with the term anti-aging, this is the one that's commonly used in the industry and one that I feel comfortable with. If you prefer the term well-aging or aging well, that's absolutely fine. But ultimately, it's all about feeling maximum skin confident no matter what age we happen to be. And that's really the message that I want to get across in all of my content. If you agree with this message, with this ethos, help me to get it out there loud and clear by reaching down and giving this video a big thumbs up and a like. This is the best way to support me as a content creator, because the more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, the first thing that I've definitely changed over the past 3 years is focus down on collagen production. As we age, over time, the amount of our collagen our body naturally produces dips like that. As a result, our skin can lose some firmness, elasticity. We might see an increase in fine lines and wrinkles. Now, whilst this is perfectly normal and natural, something that we all go through and experience, there are some ingredients you can incorporate in your skincare routine to increase the amount of collagen that's being produced in order to keep any of that aging at bay. I call these like the collagen trifecta, 3 ingredients that I think every great anti-aging skincare routine should contain within them. Let's kick things off with a good retinoid. Now, whether you go for something prescription strength like tretinoin, or like me, your skin can't tolerate that and you go for something slightly less potent like retinol, a retinoid is definitely going to be your anti-aging best friend. The clinical studies go back decades that show that vitamin A derivatives, retinoids, can actually increase the amount of collagen your body naturally produces. This is going to have a great impact in terms of anti-aging, and one of my favorites is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 10. Like I said, I can't really tolerate tretinoin. This on my skin, I never get past the redness, the peeling, and the irritation. Something I captured in a recent video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. If the same applies to you, don't feel that you're missing out. Maybe you can't access a prescription, which tretinoin is often prescription strength in a lot of countries. Maybe you don't have, maybe it's prohibitively expensive wherever in the world you live, or you just prefer the convenience of an over-the-counter option. Retinol can deliver that. This one is dirt cheap, one of the best on the market, and I recommend it all the time. Next up in this trio of fabulous collagen boosting ingredients is this, vitamin C. This is the ordinary ascorbic acid 8% plus alpha-arbutin 2%, one of my personal favorites. But vitamin C in its pure form, ascorbic or L-ascorbic acid, has a lot of data to support just how effective it can be when it comes to boosting the levels of collagen and elastin produced in the skin. Very similar outcomes to what you'll get with a retinoid, so they work beautifully well together. I would usually use my vitamin C in the morning, my retinoid in an evening, because if you're using the same skincare routine, that can be a little bit sensitizing. But listen to what your skin's saying and use the products that work best for you. I find something like this, which is a mid-strength vitamin C, works very best on my skin. Long-term payoff in terms of that collagen boosting, that boosted vibrance and luminosity in the skin also. And yeah, I get very little sensitivity, which isn't the case if I go for something higher strength. Always see your skincare as like a marathon, not a sprint. Invest now for long-term payoffs, and going for something maybe a lower concentration, better tolerated by the skin, will definitely pay dividends. And this is one of my favorite vitamin C's. Finally, in this trio, we have peptides. So peptides might not have the same data to back up how effective they are in terms of boosting collagen and elastin production, but anecdotally, loads of people say they get great results with it. And that's definitely the case in my own skincare routine. I'm never without a good peptide fix because they hydrate the skin, they can help even out the skin tone. Some studies do show at the margins they can boost collagen and elastin production too, particularly copper peptides and their derivatives, which is why I think, a good anti-aging skincare routine should have a well-formulated formulated peptide within it. I always used to reach for my holy grail, which was this, the Hylamide Sub-Q Skin. But since this has been discontinued, I found that the best alternative is the Medik8 liquid peptides. Now, this is more expensive than the Hylamide. So in certain countries, Hylamide is still available, although with limited stock. So I've left a link to this in the description box below, as will all the products mentioned today. Check that out. You'll have to use that link, scroll to the bottom of the page, and there's a country selector. If you choose the country that you're shopping from, it'll tell you if there's any stock wherever in the world you happen to live. If there are, stock up now, because this is unparalleled. If you can't get your hands on this one, then the Medik8 liquid peptides is like the next best thing. Great blend of different peptides which will boost collagen, even out skin tone, hydrate you to the gods, and work alongside your vitamin C and your retinoids. Just keep collagen production in tip-top condition. I'm definitely all about these trio, which have paid really great dividends when I've incorporated them into my own skincare routine. The second change I've made to my anti-aging skincare routine over the past couple of years, it comes down to cleansers. I used to reach for whatever was the cheapest cleanser at the drugstore. If they had an offer on, I was there picking it up and using it. Then I realized actually cleansing is an integral part of your skincare routine, and choosing the right cleanser for your skin type is really important. Because I have a very oily, acne-prone skin type, I didn't really mind if a cleanser stripped and dried my skin. I almost saw it as a little bit beneficial. What I didn't realize is this could actually be triggering inflammation and irritation, which could degrade collagen, it could trigger hyperpigmentation, all things that we just don't want in our skincare lives. Choosing a really effective, gentle cleanser that does the job but doesn't strip and dry is really, really important. And so I've started to look for those gentle cleansers that do the job. And one of my favorites is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Jelly Joker cleanser. I love just how effective this is, yet once you rinse it off the skin, it's not tight. It's not dry and flaky like some other cleansers can leave my skin. This is great. I think it would work for almost everyone, but maybe the most dryness prone skin types out there, where you might want to go for something a little bit richer, a little bit more hydrating. For everyone else, this is drugstore, it's affordable, and it does it. I would just say, don't just go to the drugstore and pick the first cleanser that you see. Really think about what you're getting from that cleansing experience. Is it giving your skin what it needs? Removing the dirt, the debris, the makeup, and the SPF, but not stripping, drying, and irritating the skin. This does it for me every time, and I definitely focus down more on my cleanser now than I ever did before. Now, next on this list is SPF, what I call like the true non-negotiable in any skincare routine. However, as with cleansers, instead of just dashing out and reaching for any old SPF that I like the feel of at the drugstore, I started to research a little bit more, making sure I'm getting truly broad spectrum and comprehensive protection. There are two different, main wavelengths of light that hit our skin, UVB rays and UVA rays. The SPF value on a sunscreen actually tells you the protection you're getting against UVB radiation. These are the rays that burn the skin and trigger cancers down the line. However, there's another set of rays, the UVA rays, which actually age the skin and can also alter our DNA and trigger cancer too. You need a product that's actually going to protect against UVB and UVA radiation. So instead of just dashing to the drugstore and picking the highest SPF you can find, actually study that product and work out whether it's giving you meaningful UVA protection too. Different countries have different ways of measuring the amount of UVA protection you're getting. You might have a 5-star rating, you might have a PA rating. There's so many different ways of doing this. However, it can be a little confusing for the consumer. Fortunately, if you're shopping your sunscreen in Europe or in Australasia, there's lots of inbuilt consumer protections that mean if you're buying a high SPF value sunscreen, there has to be a corresponding reasonably high level of UVA protection too. That same consumer protection doesn't exist in the North American market, so definitely be vigilant and bear that in mind. I created my own sunscreen in the last year because I was finding it really difficult to find a super lightweight, elegant, UVA and UVB protecting product that just delivered me the level of coverage that I wanted. This is the Mad About Skin Protect and Hydrate sunscreen. So you get an SPF of 50 plus here. You also get a high level of UVA protection. It's the equivalent, if you're using the PA system, it would be the equivalent of PA 4 pluses, which is the highest rating you can get. I wanted something that was super lightweight on the skin, was almost like a moisturizer and a sunscreen in one, but would cover you against UVB and UVA rays all day long, so to kind of take the worry out of it. This I use every single day, and so one of the biggest differences in my skincare routine now versus 3 years ago is I focus less on that true SPF value, but actually on the broad spectrum nature of the sunscreen, which is where I think you can see some really great anti-aging benefits. Go for an SPF of a minimum of 30, which is what dermatologists recommend, but look out for that broad spectrum UVA coverage too. too. Now, we're coming into the home straight, but there's two other changes that I've made. First up is the incorporation of a calming and soothing serum. Our skin becomes increasingly irritation prone as we age. That's because we accumulate some irritation. Sometimes we can have issues with our skin barrier, which tends to be more prevalent the older that we get. So incorporating a calming and soothing serum just seems like a logical next step. When we talk about skin irritation, often that conversation is about what we can remove from our skincare routine rather than what we can add. Absolutely, if you're sensitive to certain ingredients, avoid them. If you're sensitive to fragrance, eliminate it from your skincare routine. But for most of us, that sensitivity is just kind of like background irritation, which accumulates over time. Incorporating something like a calming and soothing serum can definitely help to suppress that, which over time can minimize the risk of hyperpigmentation and skin discoloration. My favorite is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less Serum. Lots of different compounds in here which are going to calm, soothe the skin, restore equilibrium. This is the one that I am never without in my skincare routine, but there's lots of different ones out there. Whether you opt for this or you go for like a Cica serum or any of the other amazing calming serums and toners out there, definitely make sure you incorporate one in your skincare routine. And let's change the narrative on its head. Instead of talking about what we can eliminate from our skincare routine when it comes to irritation, talk about what ingredients could actually help reduce that irritation too. This is where a product like the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less really comes into its own. Finally, let's talk antioxidants. Now, antioxidants are the unsung hero in the skincare world. When we're talking about protecting our skin, our mind automatically goes to SPF, to sunscreens. And right, it should. However, that's just one part of the battle. Our skin is attacked by free radicals all day long. These are things like pollution, particulate matter, certain wavelengths of light. This can hit our skin and stress it out. This oxidative stress actually breaks apart, degrades collagen, which can lead to premature aging. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. If you don't use your sunscreen and you go into a high UV area, you might see that immediate reddening and that burn. You don't get that with oxidative stress. It's sort of cumulative. However, using an antioxidant can really help to neutralize those free radicals and minimize the damage that they do. I think an antioxidant is a core component of a good anti-aging skincare routine. And whilst you probably already have an antioxidant somewhere in your routine, something like niacinamide or vitamin C, these are great antioxidants. I've started to incorporate a standalone antioxidant serum to just double down on the benefits that you're going to see. I used to reach for the Neod Survival, which was my favorite, but that's gone up in price quite a lot, which kind of triggered me to want to create my own product, which is this, the Man About Skin All Day Protection Antioxidant Cream. There's lots of different multi-antioxidant formulations out there. Like I said, the Neod Survival, this one. Shop around and choose the right one for your budget and your skin type. But reach for an antioxidant serum that has more than just one standalone antioxidant. Here you've got resveratrol, you've got Q10, you've got ferulic acid, you've got vitamin E, all these amazing antioxidants which are going to nourish the skin in this beautiful hydrating cream, but also protect it from free radical damage all day long. Don't just reach for that sunscreen. Use it alongside an antioxidant because that's where I think you're going to get maximum bang for your buck. So there you have it, guys. My 5 things that I've changed in my skincare routine as I approach 40. Let's turn the narrative on its head and say that actually aging is a privilege. It's something that we shouldn't fear when it comes to our skin, but who doesn't want to look their maximum skin best, no matter what age they happen to be? This is where I hope that these 5 changes that I've made will pay dividends in the long term. You're going to have to be a little bit patient. None of these changes are going to show difference in your skin overnight, but over time, I've definitely noticed that I get fewer wrinkles, fine lines. I've boosted levels of collagen and elastin in my skin, and my skin is less irritation prone than it was before. All things that I'm really proud of, and I'm happy to say that my skin as I approach 40 is in a better condition than it was as I approached 30, and that's something that fills me with joy and pride. And I want to say, if that's the same with you, it is never too late to alter a few things in your skincare routine to get maximum benefit, and hopefully this video has given you some inspiration. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!